Hello there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very episode Proposition Joe was picking out funeral decorations for Butchie. It looks like he's going to become a victim of that. RIP my boy Proposition Joe. Nearly made it to the end because we are at the halfway point of the final season of The Wire, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law student here in Sydney, Australia, absolutely shooting his shot. Today we up to episode 5 of The Wire season 5. 5-5, baby. Not the fofos. 5-5. Titled React Quotes. We're going to get into the reaction. We're going to have some fun with this thing, or try to have some fun. Man, I don't know how I'm still feeling about that Proposition Joe send-off, man. I believe Slim Charles still standing. Slim Charles still there, baby. Slim Charles. But far out, we lost Proposition Joe. Let's get into the reaction. Let's see the aftermath of it. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Joe will be missed.
Oh.
Very much missed.
Oh.
You like Joe? A hard man not to like.
Oh.
And tomorrow I ain't promised to no one. Meanwhile, we go on.
Yeah, of course.
In business,
We're not going to dwell on it too much.
what you learn to appreciate the most is a dependable man. One day, same as the next.
Yeah, I learned a lot from watching Joe.
We deal with you, or your second. No one else. No one else knows our names. No one else contacts us. Understand? To contact us, use this. Only.
Now I don't talk on our cell phones.
Yeah, to call for lunch, you could talk. To call your girl, you could talk. To call your lawyer, even, you could talk. The law says that is between you and the lawyer. To find out what movie is playing down the street, you could talk. All of that is good because all of that tells them there is nothing good to hear. But for business, do not talk on the phone. Never.
Right. I mean, Joe taught me that. But what about what is?
Technology is advancing,
How'd
man.
that play? Man overcame his grief. Do it feel like a crown on your head right now?
Freaking hell,
Do it.
man.
That's what I'm wearing on my head.
Satanic. Urgh.
We should celebrate. Yeah? Atlantic City.
Can't play like that now. I'm not gonna make a move. You know this. Yo, I need to go past home. You mind a ride?
Nah, you know I like your peoples.
Like this, I gotta tell him I'm not gonna be coming around for a time. You stepped up and made your play. Now I gotta make mine.
Damn, man. We went from freaking, Proposition Joe and Von Ders having them park bench top talks and sorting things out. And then now the youngin stepped up. He's taking out the very man, that helped him out. He took out his own master, man. He did the Darth Plagueis thing. He did Palpatine. What Palpatine did to Darth Plagueis. That's it. Took out the former master. And now he rolling. Come on, man. Chris is Darth Maul. And we know what happened to Darth Maul. I'm not gonna lie, just because they're in the streets doesn't mean that they lack opinions. Haynes, yeah, facts.
At least 4.
I'm not gonna lie, this season's theme has grown on me so much.
And the motive now seems sexual.
What do you mean sexual?
Oh, he leaking info to the press.
Is someone
The serial killer.
Writer's a single short.
Also, I got word on another homeless murder. The detective on it says it's related. He says it's sexual.
Sexual. Have they been raped?
He wouldn't confirm that. He just says that the killings are sexual in nature.
Bills or is he covering federal court for the Suns?
Right. How do you do?
Not to be all petulant on your special day here, but since when does a prosecutor in this town stage a perp walk and not call the daily newspaper?
We called Gail Gibson. Left a message in her voicemail.
Gail left for a freelance gig 4 months ago.
Well, her voicemail still works. Who's replacing her on city courts?
From now on, just don't jam me up like that again.
He must be held accountable for his fraudulent actions. Senator Davis has opened our legislative body to monetary persuasions. He has done this knowingly and with complete disregard.
Yo, Davis being cooked, man.
It is this kind of
How's it feel, Clay? Not much fun on the ass end, is it?
In the minds of constituents.
You said it, Norman.
They consider their leadership.
There's the short con
We
and the
need
long con.
accountability.
You're gonna need a stake.
We need to lead
Nothing
by
too
example.
joyful. You don't dance on Clay's grave until you're sure the motherfucker's dead.
I ain't getting up from this.
We'll see about that.
Also, you don't want to piss off his base, being too gleeful about it.
That guy still has a base? After all the shit he's pulled? You know, I'll tell you one thing. That fella right there is looking pretty damn mayoral.
More than the Reese, definitely. With the profile he gets from this, I'd say it's Mr. Bond's race to lose.
And remain unaccounted for. Senator Davis will have to account for that money.
Man, you gotta love how they
Tell your
dressed it.
girl I'm going away on business. I'll be around for a couple weeks. Shouldn't be more than that. Better not.
And Miss Trainer said we're gonna learn her probably like that one.
Gotta love how they're wearing all black, man. They're mourning. They're mourning.
Yeah, learn it by heart. Learn a question, learn the answer too.
Because them questions going to be on the MSA test y'all take next year. She tell y'all that?
Miss Trainer said if the scores don't go up before the selection, all the teachers gonna get fired.
Selection? What she mean?
When the people vote for whoever.
You mean an election?
RIP L and B.
Do all that.
Now, why you going to go and do that?
Dookie about to cry, look it.
Fuck is wrong with you?
Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm out here getting stuff done. You up at some house somewhere playing Max little bitch.
Damn, Spider.
Finally, we've got that 40.
And that little kid needs that little kid. Oh, Michael already whooped his ass.
On steroid use. Bottom line is the owners think Bud is swell. The players' union is staying mum. Bonds has a home run record, and everyone's pretending the issue will go away.
And there's news in there?
It's sad, man, because a kid instigating stuff like that on Dookie, I just feel like it doesn't bode well for the little kid's future as well. If his mindset at that age is to just, you know, poke the bear per se. Because as he gets older, if he does that to individuals that aren't Dookie per se, they're going to be strapped up. Like I said the last episode, the game's evolved. The game has no sympathy for anyone. Some guy could pull out a piece and whack the kid. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel bad for the kid in a way because of how he's been raised and brought up in that situation. So it's like he knows no other life. Like, that's the only way he goes about. That's the only way he acts. It's just...
What do you like for the front? Inside Metro.
Yeah, the motive's said to be sexual, but the cops are being cryptic about what exactly that means.
Well, we could run it inside. But you might want to report it some more. See where it goes. Right now it's a little vague for A1. Okay then, we'll see where we are in a couple hours.
Damn. McNulty causing a storm a little bit.
I fuck him up good. Just say the word, man.
Nah, man, I can't have you stepping up for me anymore, you know?
Yeah, well, talk to the man. He'll set you straight.
Cuddy! I don't like that haircut, Cuddy.
Mr. Dennis.
Hey.
I need to train with you, son.
See that? What happened?
It ain't no thing. I'm just kind of getting a little tired of it, that's all.
All right, sir. Go get some gloves on and let's see where you at.
He got the lineup now. But I like the old school Cuddy haircut.
Surprised the lawyers you were paying went to the trouble of getting it postponed.
Maybe because we was paying by the hour.
In any event, you've got a lot going for you here. Car registered to a front, guns in a secreted compartment.
No, the woman we registered it to, she can't do no time. Just the name we used.
Then get someone who can. Preferably someone without priors. Someone you trust to stand the charge.
Oh, so can't pass with his head. More money made clean. Yeah, when you figure out what we're gonna do with that there, holler at me.
How do I do that?
410
Ooh.
915 0909.
Anything else?
See, I know I'm probably reading too much into it, but this could be a mistake overlooked by Marlo in terms of like all right, we got the Greek Connect. Bondas told me we only use the phone for these type of calls, but you know, Marlo's going to have another digital footprint now. That's another sort of maybe probable cause to get the wire up. Or, you know, there's going to be evidence there digitally about Marlo now when, you know, he's been off it for a while. And, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, yeah. And Herc works with Levy as his, is it personal assistant? Or like, no, sorry, not personal assistant. His own security guard, right? Or private investigator. Now, Herc could pass on this information to Carver potentially, especially getting the number. So you don't know. And you saw how Marlo laughed off the camera thing last episode. Herc is not going to let that grudge go. He'll do anything to get one up on Marlo.
No, take me off your clock.
But Herc's not in the room here, so yeah. Levy happy, man. The money keeps rolling. Now he's in the room.
Fucking Mo pisses me off.
Be generous. I have a feeling this firm is going to have quite a payday from Mr. Stanfield and his people. He just gave me his phone number. If Marlo Stanfield is using a cell phone, it's just a matter of time before we're up to our asses in pre-trial motions, negating a wiretap case.
There we go.
Joe gave them to us just in time.
Yeah, we haven't had any sort of, you know, insight into the aftermath of Joe yet. Like, the actual finding of the body, the homicide detectives. I don't know if I like Cuddy with the Ice Cube style haircut, man, and beard.
What now?
You need to attribute that?
You continue getting your ass beat.
Fifth graph, the dependent clause. The one about a pattern of widespread influence peddling.
I hope Cuddy's still with that girl, man. That was, you know,
Besides which, you
that was a great pull, man.
with the Jaren.
The
Look, you
nurse.
expect me to write this thing with your fucking fingers in my eyes. At least let me turn my copy in before you stomp on it.
Attaboy, Zorz.
Ew.
Didn't know if you would come back. Took a lot of money with you.
It wasn't about the money, bro. Wasn't there about that.
Is that him?
Old monk prefer the condo life, I see. Too good for a row house.
Moving muscle too. Most likely they're expecting you to make a move.
And here I am. How about that?
Damn, some of the editing this episode, there's so much going on. Gonna be one of them ones.
Templeton, he'll be working the story with me.
It's not like I want everyone at your newspaper knowing my name. Look, you want these homeless cases to get attention, right? And that's what you're trying to do here. Guy's a predator. People need to know. Agreed. And I understand that there are things you need to keep secret so that you can solve the murders. I get that. We can't do much with the story unless we give it enough juice. Juice? We need to tell people what this is about. Why is doing it? We need to make this thing come alive on the page, or they're going to bury the story like they did the last time. I told you, it's sexual. Compulsion, obsession, that kind of thing. Well, what the fuck does that mean? It's not like he's...
What a banger playing in the background.
They're strangling co-eds here. Your guy's killing homeless men. Why exactly? What's in his head?
Can we say they were molested? Is it fair to say that? We'll go with molested then.
Ah!
From me. Another round? What else? If you want this story to fly, you gotta give us something different. Keep what you need in the file, but give us something with a twist. Sexual serial killer isn't enough? Cold world, I know.
These guys are relentless, man. That's journalism for you.
Started biting them.
What?
Biting his victims. Inside thigh, right ass cheek, left nipple. He's a biter.
He just made that up on the spot.
Yeah. That twist enough for you? Are we talking cannibalism here? Or just biting for now? We'll see where it goes.
And did he bite all of them?
Not all. Just the latest ones. It's maturing.
Maturing?
Yeah, it's a technical term. It's when a serial killer is becoming more obsessive. He starts to develop an intricate pattern in what he does with the bodies. It's weird stuff.
Some Silence of the Lambs type stuff here, man.
My name is nowhere on this.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
We're staying happy with you, Reese. We'll have time to make the second edition.
Thanks.
My name is nowhere on this. Look what they did to Nerese, man. There we go. Oh my gosh. I just talked about the phone number before. Bro. You know what? To get back at Marlo, fair play.
So you thinking if you learn to fight some, people around the way gonna leave you be. Thing is, even if you learn to fight, people gonna come at you just the same.
Yep. Cuddy learns.
Movies where you beat up one bully and the rest just back the hell up. I guess what I'm trying to say is, not everything comes down to how you carry it in the street. I mean, it do come down to that if you're gonna be in the street. That ain't the only way to be.
Thank you, Cuddy, man. Man, oh,
Here it is.
oh boy, how I've missed you.
Now here it is.
He's such a good character, man. So genuine.
Bigger than that.
Thank you,
At least
thank
that's
you.
what they tell me.
That's sad, what they tell me.
Like, how do you get from here to the rest of the world?
I wish I knew.
At least Cuddy's honest about that, man.
Other way of being. All I got is hope and wishes.
Well, that's something, I guess.
I wish it was more, son. I do.
Woo! Neat transition there. Yeah, tied ass again. You cheapskate.
Atta girl.
They got the side piece. They got the side piece.
What's left for me to do?
You can go and talk to the homeless.
React quotes from the homeless?
Just because they're in the streets doesn't mean they lack opinions.
Thank you. Facts.
Where am I gonna find homeless people?
Not at home, I imagine.
Wow.
Go, my children.
Flee, my young ones.
Read it and weep.
I already did. So did the major. So did the colonel.
And
so
that
did
ain't.
our newly christened deputy ops.
And that ain't give a crap.
Deputy's over City Hall right now.
That was quick.
Oh, they do give a crap.
Just because you got some fucking reporter to buy your weak shit does not mean everyone else buys it.
Oh, damn. Damn.
5 gets you 10. Deputy's over there right now talking him back down to earth.
Is this nut raping him?
Well, I haven't debriefed the investigators in detail. But the office reports don't indicate penetration or ejaculation.
What can we do? What can we say we're doing already?
We've got good people working it. Obviously, it would be better if I can keep them on it around the clock.
You're talking overtime.
If you could lift the cap for this particular investigation.
Done. Unlimited overtime for 2 detectives. Anything they need.
Damn!
Like this, where we're proactively trying to prevent additional murders, is going to require more than 2 detectives.
Deputy, I've got the school board chairman telling me he's a short hair away from laying off 50 middle school teachers and shutting down special education in every elementary school in the city in violation of a federal consent decree. To the extent that I've got more than an extra couple dollars, you aren't getting it. Embracing the hard choice. It's one of the burdens of command.
Is there anything you can do to further protect the homeless?
We're going to have patrol units spread the warning. Try to convince anyone on the street to move into the city shelters after dark.
Can't you have police sit on locations where the homeless gather, monitor them like that?
And still answer the calls, not without doubling up post units, which means overtime.
Overtime, again.
Blood in our veins, Mr. Mayor.
So I'm guessing Marlo and Chris cleaned up, or like, not Marlo himself, but they cleaned up Proposition Joe's body. So that's why we haven't heard of it this episode. It's probably in a vacant or something. Or somewhere.
Fuck you. I didn't mean it like a bad thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
What's that?
Gift from your one true partner. Cell phone number, Marlo Stanfield.
How the fuck did you
don't
get
ask, don't tell. It's like one of those guys sucking dick in the army. Whatever else I ever did to piss you off, remember I also did this. And Carv, when you put the bracelets on that bitch, Remind him again of my fucking camera.
You can tell all of them. Royce, the caucus, all them grasping bitches who we put in every city department. You tell every last one that I do not fall alone.
Clay.
Think I'm gonna be the scapegoat for
That
the
is
whole
true.
damn machine?
This guy has information and dirt on a lot of individuals. Like, if I'm going down, a lot of y'all are coming down with me.
Clarence is gonna
Ah!
you. He told me so. He'll be out there.
Easy for him. He ain't running for nothing no more.
No more.
I don't see you and your kind with me on this. A whole mess of people think they belong on the fence, don't they?
Clay, it is what it is.
Y'all better hope not. But it ain't gonna end with Clay Davis.
Just take a moment and think about what you're saying here. You can have yourself a pity party. Talk all kind of shit to some prosecutor. You know where you'll be then? Out in the damn cold. No connections, no allies, nowhere to hang your hat in this damn town. Or you carry this for all of us. Carry it as far as you can. And if the worst happens, if they take your seat, if you go away for a year or so to some minimum security summer camp, then so what? You come home to a town that still knows your name.
Hey, full send it, Clay. Bring all of them down.
Around.
Who
He goes
cares?
quietly, and now he's making 12 a year more than when he was commissioner. And working half the hours. You think that happens if he does the piss and moan? Prosecutors come and prosecutors go. But win or lose, you're still gonna be back around before we know it.
Yo, Nerese is good, man. She's selling it.
Am I right, Senator Davis?
She's selling it. But she's looking out for herself as well. Damn, man. She humbled him.
Someplace closer. You don't like this fool? I'm saying, I don't like the way them chinky motherfuckers be acting sometimes. The way they be looking at me. What you got on? What?
Didn't know we waiting on his ass?
Just be careful, is all.
If I can see the vest, you don't think that he can see the vest?
I'm the one that's baiting him, though, right? Seems I'm the only one who's not hiding out.
Ain't no thing, cause when Omar come at you, he gonna be gunning at your head. I know I would be.
Been outside of months all night. We left before morning though. They'll be back, no doubt.
Do you gotta hold it with both hands?
Oh, we back here.
Trying to hit what you're aiming at, alright? It's not like they do in the movies now. It don't work. Alright, so come on, spread your legs. What's the first thing you gotta do?
Turn the safety off.
Check around in the chain.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let's watch. Go ahead. It's hard to do. All right. So then, try this. It's a tool. It's like a monkey wrench. That's all it is, right?
I know it's gonna be so loud.
Why you even want to do this? What is you thinking, Duke? You think if you start carrying, ain't nobody gonna try you? Nah. Somebody's always gonna try you. And if they know that you carry, they're gonna make you come out with it. And once you come out with it, you gotta be ready to go all the way. Can't bring it out unless you're willing to use it. Can't be no doubt.
I love how Dookie's learning off both
Can't
Michael
shoot.
and Cuddy this episode.
Can't fight. Can't even stand on the damn corner.
You got other skills, man. Smart like that.
I don't know, Bunk. Can't believe everything you read nowadays. We need to be watching some of these places and watching the smoke hounds.
2 detectives only. You and the stalwart detective Greggs here are what has been authorized. Nothing beyond that.
Oh, Bunk?
What the fuck, Jay? I'm working a serial killer here. It's a red ball.
Hence the overtime.
But 2 detectives working a red ball? What the fuck's wrong with this city? We need hours for a dozen men. We need surveillance vehicles, cameras.
Woo! Damn!
What do you want from me?
Ain't you still working that triple from 2 weeks ago?
I got stuff I could run down on that, yeah. But Jay put me on this here.
Bunk's got nothing, man. He's still on the 22 bodies. He hasn't heard anything from it. And Greggs has got the triple. So why isn't Bunk put on it?
See how fucking wrong you are? Do you even see it?
They're gonna pay for this case, Bunk. This is just the beginning.
Pay for what case? You just took a real detective off a real case behind your bullshit.
Well, I'll fix that. But eventually, these motherfuckers are gonna pay out enough for us to do Marlo Stanfield. Just watch and learn.
You've lost your fucking mind. Jimmy, look at you. Half lit every third night, dead drunk every second. Nut deep in random pussy.
What little time you do spend sober and limp dick, you're working murders that don't even exist.
Even Bunked it, bro. Put him in his place, man. McNulty's really... Damn, we're seeing the lowest of the low. Oh, are we revealing...
Don't worry about your office reports. I'll cover you for the bosses.
Are we...
What's going on? Just work your triple. I'll cover every hour of it from my case file.
Are we really revealing the truth about McNulty this season? Like, we're just going further. Like, it's always been there.
Excuse me, sir.
Just revealing the truth.
Sir, I'm with the Baltimore Sun. Can I talk with you a minute?
You make an appointment? Sorry. I'm booked up all afternoon.
I'm doing a story on the homeless men who've been killed. You heard about that?
You got $2 on you, right?
I was, wondering if the murders had changed things for you and the other fellas out here.
My guy's got his cards in a military ammunition pack. Damn.
They told me they still had you working out of this shithole, but I didn't believe it.
It ain't much, but it's been months since the boss has been able to find me.
You still have some interest in Marlo Stanfield, right?
See?
That's his cell.
You stop using cell phone. Ellis, how?
Police work, detective. Police work.
Police is only as good as his CIs. You got a man on the inside. That's gonna go to McNulty now. Oh man, is this being passed down the chain? That number is doing the rounds.
Y'all still owe him carry out? I want some of that pepper steak.
Wow, he was taste testing the number. Taste testing the number? He was
I
trialing
wish I
the
could
number.
tell you it's a shock, but it seems to happen in every city where we get us placed inside the power structure and we become targets.
I know you're right.
I'm not saying it's a black-white thing. State's attorney, Mr. Bond, he's black.
Yo, my guy saw all the smoke coming from everywhere and he decided to hop on a podcast. Listen, he's on radio, but like I just thought immediately, what's a better way to prove your innocence or like your guilt than hop on a podcast immediately right after, you know, shit hits the fan.
But if it serves his purpose, gets his name in the news, ups his profile, he'll do whatever the folks pulling the strings want him to do, whether it be character assassination, tied a noose in the rope, whatever. But they picked the wrong man this time.
They must not heard about you, Senator.
I don't run from a fight.
I know that.
People know. Nah, I'm talking about the people now. The people know what I've done for West Baltimore and this city as a whole. They know the battles I fight in Annapolis every day. They know these charges ain't nothing but BS.
Oh, hey, hold it now. It's radio.
I gotta hold my tongue. I know. I don't want nobody pulling y'all's broadcasting license, so I can't say it like I feel it. But I wanted to come here on your show tonight, and thank you so much for the opportunity, brother. But I wanted your
He
listeners
doing
to
the
be
right
first to
thing,
hear
man.
from my mouth. I have committed no crime, and I am gonna keep on doing the people's work without breaking stride.
I want to thank you for that, Senator. And also, I want everybody to know, Lottie Di and everybody to know there's going to be a gathering at the Mitchell Courthouse tomorrow at 2 o'clock so that people can be heard on this. And I hope they come out in good numbers.
2 o'clock on Calvert Street. It's time to lift every voice.
I heard that.
Clout for clout.
Detectives for a 24-hour wiretap. 4 more for a couple of 2-man surveillance teams. A pair of unmarked cars. I'm not asking the world here, Cedric.
Lester, if I had it, you'd have it.
That's the cell number of the motherfucker who put 22 bodies on us. Go
Woo!
to the fucking mayor.
I've been to the mayor. I've been to him on my knees twice already. Once for your case, remember? And all I could bring back was 2 men to work Clay Davis. And yesterday, for the serial killer that homicide was working, 2 men only. I've done my job. I've gone up the ladder every time. But if a fucking serial killer can't bring back more than a couple detectives, what the hell does it matter that you have a fresh phone number?
More manpower has been assigned according.
This is what this episode has been, ladies and gentlemen. This episode, in a nutshell, has been like 30-second to a minute interactions. Cut to the next. Cut to the next. There is so much going on this episode, and this is really reminding me. I'm not saying it's on the level of, you know, episode 12 of season 4, because that was one of the best episodes of television I've seen in terms of how much The Wire is able to get into its runtime. But this episode is similar. It's trademark Wire in terms of like you're having these short 30-second to a minute scenes, and I'm interested to see the script for this episode. Like, I really want to see if you can get your hands on a Wire script, because there's websites out there. I can't remember what the website was. I think it's there's a website out there that shows a lot of scripts or media out there, and it's absolutely fantastic that the creators posted on that website, and you're able to see the scripts for great films. I've looked at the ones for Pulp Fiction, Thor Ragnarok, that like they're the two that come to mind immediately. But I'm interested to see what it looked like for this episode. If like, okay, we're dedicating a page or two to these two characters, we're dedicating another page or two to these two characters interacting, because it's been like that the entire episode. You had Cuddy and Dookie, cut. Then, Michael and Dookie, cut. And then, obviously, Lester and Carver, cut. And it's just been like that. It's been, like, on the move. These episodes have been so fast-paced. And I don't know if that's just to do with, again, the 10-episode season. And, that 2 or 3 episode cut actually could mean a lot. And I hope they don't condense other storylines because of it. And I've said that, obviously, I've echoed that in the previous reactions. But this episode is doing a good job at, having great scenes, last 30 seconds to a minute, great interactions, quick and snappy, then move on. Like, listen, I want a lot of them to, be extended, like Cuddy and Dookie, because it's so good to see those characters on screen. They're absolutely fantastic. That Lester, that Lester Daniel scene could have gone on a bit longer too. It's absolute, like, everyone is absolutely killing it this episode. To the point where I'm like, no, don't cut away. But then the other scene would be equally as great. So yeah.
According to the PIO.
And? Led with the first victim, ex-Marine, Bronze Star in Vietnam. His family begged him to come home, which he would do now and then, but they hadn't seen him in a month before the murder.
Good shit. Real good shit.
Late, but you got the goods, right?
Half of these guys in the streets are whack jobs. The other half just want to borrow a fin. But yeah, I got good stuff. Got a family of 4 under the Hanover Street Bridge. Father broke down and cried when I talked to him. Him talking about how he couldn't protect himself, couldn't protect his kids. Mother just kept stroking the youngest one's blonde hair.
Whoa, you get names in this, right?
Yeah. Guy's name is, Boston. Nathan Levi Boston.
Oh, you flop,
you
bro.
got 30 inches if you need them. You're gonna go off the front in a package with Alma and Fletch. Well, Lesker wrote a pretty damn good column, too.
It's like his collated experience.
Right. This serial killer is making one Baltimorean very, very happy.
And who is it? Kima Greggs, who should be working a triple. So now I can't give you her hours without fucking up honest casework.
No, it's easier, Jimmy. We don't need as much.
Now we need a wiretap.
I can monitor that myself. Shit, anything we get up's gonna be illegal anyway. So we don't want anyone getting near it.
Listen, everyone's
Sitting
full
on
sending
maybe.
it this season.
I can trust him.
If you start pulling information off that phone, you're gonna need at least a couple of surveillance cars in the street.
We worried that when we get there. But the important thing is that he's making it easy for us. Before, with all that face-to-face, we were gonna need what? Remote cameras, microphones, half a dozen guys working surveillance 24 hours. But now, he's talking on the phone, and I got him.
So how do we squeeze a wiretap out of my serial killer? He's got to call someone.
Oh, they're gonna do the John Doe
Carlo
stuff.
Keeler. Cal fucking Ripken. Who gives a fuck?
That's oh man, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
To the courthouse, Marlo's cell number on the tap itself.
Yeah, this is fucking genius.
It is genius, but like the ethics and morals being
If that's
in
about
question
your
here.
case, you need to answer it. Remember, you're working a serial killer.
Nah, it's my ex-wife. I'm calling all night. Like, I got time for a fucking bullshit.
The thing is, they got to believe it's your killer calling before they'll pay for a wiretap.
Well, fine, fuck it. Call your buddy Oscar, tell him we need another body. This time, the sick motherfucker's gonna call Mr. Ripken with something only the killer could know. That should shake him up enough for a couple of wiretaps.
Man, the bad boys right there.
We go in and won't come out. Better odds. We're gonna wait on it though. Don't get better still. If not tonight, then the next. You're a patient man. You too.
See, they know Omar's gonna make a move, so
cell all day long. I called Beatty. She said she had no idea.
No, I know. It's my fault. They still up?
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Dad.
This is Sean. I want you to know I did everything I could to get you a play tonight.
Cap.
Hey, Mike.
You're a failure of a man, McNulty, and you always will be. You will have your highlight package,
No worries.
but that won't last that long.
She knows she's losing you, like I knew. I'm not judging. I'm not saying this to hurt you, but she knows. And she's ready for it the way that I was ready for it. You're drinking. You're out all night. She doesn't know where you are. And she's no fool, Jimmy.
Hey,
I'm sad
big up.
that it wasn't with me,
Big up, big up.
but I'm glad for you.
Yeah, she trying to, you know what? She trying to
I was
preserve
glad that you found her.
the other relationship. She looking out for you, man.
For her, even.
That's a great woman.
For a while there, you were happier than I'd ever seen you. She's great. She is.
This is probably gonna get clipped with something I said about her in season 1 or 2 about her, you know, with the child support, things like that. About me saying she's a great woman. But that's honest, man, right there. That's really great.
Yeah. Hey.
Busy?
Listen, when the missus...
Just, Jimmy's not in yet.
I know. He's sleeping one off.
Late night, huh?
They're all like that now. Relax, I'm not looking for a snitch. I know you're his partner in crime. I don't care.
Whoa, BD.
I just want to know from you where this is going. I mean, you know him. You know what it is that he can and can't do.
When the missus rocks up to work like that, that's how you know it's bad. It's bad. And, you know, it's the closest guy friend McNulty has and has had since the beginning of the show. Versus the closest, you know, woman he has at the moment. Or I say closest, well, they're getting further and further apart because of his stupidity. But, yeah, let's see.
I can speak on that.
Look, I'm ready to put him out, okay? For me, for my kids. I mean, if in the end, if this is all there is to him, if he can't be better than this, I just want to know.
He's working this case right now. Serial killer, actually.
You are not going to try to tell me that this is about a case. Try that shit on some civilian.
Woo!
Look, he'll get his head in a certain place. He'll take a drink. I mean, a lot of us will.
It's more than just a drink he's taking.
Well, Beatty, I can't tell you what to do.
I don't like giving up. Okay, I gotta go back to work. Thanks for letting me vent.
You can tell Bunk wanted... Bunk would have... Oh. Bunk was holding it in there, man. He was gonna...
Sooner we decide
after
on
lunch,
school.
yeah.
Bunk held it down for McNulty there again, man. You could tell... I could feel Beatty's emotion. Is Templeton gonna fake a call from an anonymous payphone?
Found a line, huh? Mm-hmm. No, that wasn't easy. They've been hiding for years.
I'm a pro.
Me too. Let me ask you. When have its results come back?
An hour from this test. There you go.
And they want you to believe that there's only one side to this story, and that their so-called facts cannot be denied. But we have some facts of our own, don't we? We know who our leaders are, and we don't want them picking our leaders for us, do we? No! And we will not stand idly by as they single out our leaders and selectively prosecute, or should I say persecute them, just because they have the courage and the fortitude to stand up for us.
Amen! Listen, you gotta respect the game they're playing. Listen, getting the people to remember his name. Hey, good publicity, man. Listen, I know the stuff they've done. Listen, we've called them out. But fair play for them spinning this way.
You might not stand tall on this.
Wrong, old friend. I'm gonna carry this.
You damn sure better. Because if you don't, you won't be able to sneak another greenback out of this town for the rest of your life.
We shall not be moved. We shall.
Ooh la la. Looky here. Hey, Tyrese. Your serial killer called the Baltimore Sun. Some goof claiming to be your guy.
Oh, okay.
One of the guys writing this shit up.
There's got to be a crank call.
Probably so. But seeing as it's the fucking newspaper, you go over there and you set them straight.
My only problem with this season is that it just has to end at the 10th episode. Like it's picking up. It's really great. There's so much going on.
Negative. Negative means.
You know what it means? You must be wrong.
It ain't wrong.
All the shit I done, all the works I shared. My best boy years back, I fight off the same hype as him dozens of times. He had the bug for sure. That shit ain't right no how, man.
No, come on, Bobs, that's good.
You're disappointed.
I asked him about the bite marks. He said that they wanted him to bite, that they asked for that. He complained that the article made him sound like a pervert. I asked him if he was angry at the men. He hung up.
He called you on your cell phone? Why didn't he call the paper?
Well, I was all over the city yesterday handing my cards out to homeless men. He probably got the number from a card. Shit, I might have handed him a card. I think this is the guy. I mean, Detective, a chill ran down my back.
But there's no way to know.
I do not like. Listen, Templeton just rubs me off the wrong way because I just feel like it's always the easy way out. You know, I just feel like he's trying to take so many shortcuts and he's not willing to do the hard yards to get the best story possible. And, you know, we've seen it the last couple episodes, fabricating quotes, not having reliable sources, not being able to quote his sources. He's learned from that in terms of, like, he's collated multiple stories he received from homeless people, made up the family thing, and used the Levi Boston guy name who talked about, you know, Satan walking. And, yeah, that could be a reference to Marlo. Who knows? But, yeah, I just don't like his mindset and ambition. I don't know if it's because it rubs me the wrong way, because like I don't like anyone who has that mindset. I just feel like, you know, you just got to be willing to grind, man. There ain't no shortcuts in life. You just, you know, you got to do the hard yards. You got to work your way up, and you got to show that ambition. But I just feel like I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way.
I mean, if it's some other nut, we're gonna look like fools if we run any of this in print.
Your cell phone caught the number. He dialed you.
Yeah, I dialed it back, payphone on South Hanover near West Street.
What did he sound like?
What do you mean?
Well, you talk to people for a living. Did he sound black, white, younger, older, high-pitched voice or low?
He sounded to me like a white guy. Not a deep voice, but calm, almost monotone. He sounded older, I would say 40s. Not a real young guy.
Can I have your notebook?
Whoa, you can have his notes. This isn't a confidential source. We won't invoke the Maryland Shield Law, but we'll type up a copy and give them to you. But the actual document is property of the Baltimore Sun.
So, type it up.
So McNulty obviously had the idea with Lester to call up and do the call, but did Templeton do it before him, and that's why McNulty's a bit shook up about it?
Like now.
So you're saying this could be the killer?
Can we talk off the record? The homicide unit received a phone call this
Oh,
morning
okay.
from a payphone from the same neighborhood. And based on Scott's voice description and the use of the number 12, well, let's just say we need to find whoever it was made both those calls.
He made another call?
Detective, as a newsman, I'm inclined to include these details in our coverage if there's a credible chance the killer was really in contact with our reporter. Would doing so have any negative effect on your investigation?
Actually, these calls are our best means of finding this guy. Every call he makes, every word he says to you and to us, can only provide information.
Probable cause for a while.
But you can't say he's contacted police. You can't print that part of it under any circumstances. Going forward, is it possible that you would grant a one-party consent for us to monitor your reporter's cell phone and office phones?
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Detective, but our ability to report is dependent upon our maintaining the confidentiality of our conversations. Now, we're perfectly willing to share with you the information that this individual has, as he's definitely not a confidential source. But we're not going to consent to the Baltimore Police Department monitoring our phones.
You'll tap the payphone, I guess. Don't print that either. Don't print anything about where the killer calls from. He'll change up. Well, I'll type up my notes quick. Big story for you guys, huh?
Yeah, well, 10 minutes ago, I'd have said this whole thing was complete bullshit. Sure did I know, I guess.
Innocent, and I have done nothing except serve the people.
Oh, I believe you, Senator. I'm seeing all the good work we've done for
That's a different radio because the host is a woman. He's doing the rounds.
That's in Kendrick, man.
No. It's perfect. McNulty, it's perfect.
I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there. All this bullshit coming at me, thinking, Christ, it's a waste of time. And then I realized this is the wiretap right here. They're giving it to me. Never mind me making a crank call to someone. This
Yeah.
right here is like
Okay, so it was Templeton. Yeah, but they're not going through.
What if they check this? How many guys in this unit have ever hooked up a wiretap?
It's heavily illegal, man. Heavily illegal stuff.
Explain it to me again.
Didn't go through court, no probable causes, state's attorney.
They think they're up on your killer's cell phone, but they'll never catch a call because this goes nowhere. Now, meanwhile, using the same call authorization, I'm up on a live wire down to the detail office, listening to Marlo. Every day, you file office and court reports saying there's been no further contact with the serial killer. I filed exactly nothing, but use what I hear to rig the case on our real target.
There's no mention of a wiretap. It's all based on a CI.
It is.
4 copies signed by the judge.
See, that's the benefit of having worked, you know, in this department for so long and understanding the laws and everything around it. You can obviously manipulate it in such a way that these guys are. And, you know, because The Wire is depicting it, I have a feeling this is probably done or is based on a true story. Like, who knows? Yeah, this is probably real events that have happened in terms of like police officers or investigators, you know, sort of rigging a case to maybe help another case, or, you know, purposely misleading other individuals to get something, such as a wiretap and things like that, because when resources are running low and funding is running low, they're doing whatever they can. Listen, if the funding wasn't cut, we know these guys would have the Operation Avengers Room, Avengers Facility running up like they did in seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. But no, that isn't the case at the moment. Everything is stretched thin, and they're doing this because everything is stretched thin. But is it right what they're doing? That's up for debate. Listen, it's some crazy stuff, and we know, or we understand, or I understand from the comments about, you know, who the writers, the Wire's writers are, being a former journalist, I think, for the Baltimore Sun, and then obviously some of the episodes being written by actual investigators. So yeah, there probably is some truth to this stuff.
915-0909.
That's Marlo's
Machine
number.
is rigged. You're good to go.
You're up.
Good hunting.
Holly? Yo. You got midnight shift? Warden will be in to relieve you at 6. After Warden, my squad will pick up monitoring on the day shift.
He's getting the pillow.
Excuse me. Don't look so pissy. We're actually paying overtime for this.
Telling you, scenes haven't lasted like more than 30 seconds to a minute this episode. It looks like Omar's going to make his first move, but they know it's coming, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down. And who knows, Omar may not have thought this out properly. He might be acting too much on emotion here. The Dark Knight might make a mistake. You know, we saw what happened when he approached Bane in Dark Knight Rises for the first time. Got his ass whooped. He underestimated his opponent. Whoa! They're all ready, man. I think Chris said it. Is that Michael? No. Oh, that is Michael. That is Michael. Okay, that's Michael. I thought the other person was Michael. No. It's like a 4v1 here, man. Oh, they said it in the episode, I think earlier. Chris knew they were being watched, right? And they were just waiting for them to make the move. How high is that building? That's like 3-4 stories, surely.
What the?
Telling you, man. He the Dark Knight. The Caped Crusader.
Damn.
Kendrick Lamar? Pink means pertinent. Oh man, it feels good to have that back again, that screen. It's been a while.
What the?
What happened there? It wasn't rigged up properly? Or he received an emergency phone call? That was a class episode, ladies and gentlemen. A class episode of The Wire, in my opinion. So much going on. And, oh, man, we only have 5 episodes left. Yeah, 5 episodes left. We've finished, or we've reached, or we've completed the halfway point of the final season of The Wire. This is picking up. This is shaping up to have some of the best scenes in The Wire, hands down, regardless of this season's length. And I thought the scene at the end of last episode of Proposition Joe was absolutely fantastic. And here, the shootout, absolutely fantastic. Cuddy and Dookie, fantastic. You know, it's these short burst scenes that, you know, have a lasting impact on my viewing experience, in my opinion. They're just so great. Man, it was so good to see Cuddy again. I want to see more of him, but I doubt it with this season. Even Bubbles ain't getting much screen time this season. It is what it is. It seems like because the main focus of this season is the print room, or sort of like the newsroom, and the agencies and that sort of institution, the Baltimore Sun. And you guys were thankful to let me know in the comment section on my first reaction for this season, you know, about them. You know, I think it was Haynes was one of the guys who wrote the piece on the Baltimore Sun, or from the Baltimore Sun, about the witness cases, and that's come full circle. Now we actually see Haynes. So yeah, great stuff from The Wire, ladies and gentlemen, all around. As always, Elie Moses, take care. God bless. Peace.